Welcome back to the VisionQuest Sound podcast. I'm your host, Philip, and on this show, we love to talk to creators and influencers who are making positive waves in our community. In this bonus episode, our special guest, he's a sound editor and mixer of several award-winning short films like Fleck, Return to Sender, Our Way Home, and Animals. He's also a film composer winner of the Intercontinental Music Awards in the soundtrack category for She Stays Strong, co-written with Juan Abella, and he's also been featured on our VisionQuest Sound Advice blog. Please welcome Chipi Estrada!
Thank you, Philip. So this goes to all of you that used to show up on time, plug in, and do your thing. Because now you just can't. If you want to keep eating, then you need to adapt and hop into the technology wagon. But I'll help you, don't worry, because I'm about to tell you about the 5 tools you need to make music at home. Number 1. Set up your home studio. Well, the basics are a microphone, an audio interface, a desktop or laptop, any kind of computer, reference speakers or monitoring headphones, a MIDI keyboard, and an acoustically treated room. That's kind of like the basics. But if you're a singer or an acoustic instrumentalist, you should focus on getting the best microphone you can afford. Also, you probably want to treat your room, like try removing all the echo you can. You can check some videos or articles on how to do so. You don't need to spend much money on it, but you will need to do some furniture rearranging. On the other hand, if you're a producer or a songwriter, a nice MIDI keyboard and a powerful computer would be ideal. And some good headphones, because treating your room properly for mixing would take some cash off your wallet, and you can actually do it on your headphones. Just don't use Beats or those enhancing headphones that they sell commercially, and please do not use AirPods. Buy some mixing headphones. They're not that expensive, and you should actually make that investment. And finally, you need the highest speed internet you can afford. You will find that transferring files and having online sessions will feel much more comfortable with a stable connection than just stopping every time because you lost it. So take that into consideration. Number 2, DAWs and plugins. Well, this is a subject I like, and this could be overwhelming. Fortunately, almost all of them offer free trial versions, except for my actual recommendation for you. Logic Pro X would be my choice if you can afford it. And more importantly, if you own an Apple computer, since it just won't run in any other operating system. There are many other DAWs that you can use, but they'll be more expensive and maybe a little harder to use, like Pro Tools, Cubase, Ableton, etc. There are also cheaper ones like Reaper for only $60, and there are free ones actually like Cakewalk and Waveform, which you can actually use to record your ideas very proficiently. There is a special mention for collaborating, and that is Soundtrap. You can try it for a month free of charge, and they actually have subscription plans, so you can actually get them just for the time that you need it. They offer a web-based platform with real-time collaboration, which means many people can be logged in at the same time and record at the same time in the same session. That is amazing. Number 3, conferencing rooms. Well, this is an easy one. You probably already have a couple of these apps in your phone or in your computer. You can use Zoom or Google Hangouts, Skype, even WhatsApp. This is mainly for like songwriting sessions. You can set up a songwriting session with the rest of your band, or you can actually have just a meeting for brainstorming on what to do during this COVID time and figuring out what your next strategy is to keep building your following or doing online concerts or stuff like that. You definitely need these tools. They're very helpful, but sometimes we forget about them. So keep that in mind and get them in your system. Number 4, file transfer and storage. This is a very important one. The easiest way to share your projects is just to send audio stems through file transfers, like WeTransfer or File Transfer. But those services eventually delete your files and you can't get them back. So if you don't have them backed up, you will definitely lose them. And therefore, I would recommend that if you're short on money, get basically all of them. You can get a free account of Dropbox, a free account of Mediafire, a free account of Google Drive, Drive One. There's a gazillion of these sites that offer free trials for like 5 or 10 gigabytes. And between all of them together, you can round up, 50, 100 gigabytes of storage in the cloud. Of course, the best option is to get one of those and pay for a subscription. That would give you full storage and you can get everything in just one spot. And if you want more, you can always pay a little more and you will get more storage. So everybody in the band or every of your collaborators get a key or get a link or get admin or collaborating permissions, and you can take advantage of all the features they have. You can look for all of them. They all are different. I do have a special mention for Gobbler. This one offers direct integration to DAWs like Pro Tools and Cakewalk. You can actually bounce out of Pro Tools into Gobbler. So this is a specific one that works precisely for musicians. It's a cloud storage for musicians and for producers. They are offering that they will include some other DAWs in the future, but we'll see about that. It has a free version that offers 5 gigabytes, and then you can hire its services if you want to expand your storage. And number 5, remote software. So if you want to go pro, then you have to increase your investment and spend some money in specialized software. One of the first applications you want to consider is a plugin called Audio Movers. This one will allow you to share your DAW sound to remote clients or collaborators. So you basically put a plugin in your master bus and then you give a link. It will connect to the cloud and then you share a link and then your clients or your collaborators will listen what you're doing. Let's say if you're mixing for someone, if you have a session, you can show them with high fidelity audio straight out of your DAW what you're doing, and they will be able to hear it with very low or non-latency at all. You can also use this software with let's say Zoom or any other screen sharing software, so they can actually see what you're doing and not only listening to it. That would give a little broader experience to it. But if you want to do remote recordings, there are a lot of tools like SessionWire, SourceConnect, SteinbergVST Connect. Those are some examples that will virtually connect your DAW to your collaborator's DAW, or allow them to connect directly to your session and have real-time recording sessions. These are mostly for subscriptions and they're on the upper side. They're a little more expensive, but some of them are actually just one-time purchases like SteinbergVST Connect, but that's just for Cubase. These are specialized tools that will probably be only if you already know your stuff and you don't need a studio to record your stuff and you can do it by yourself. Then you definitely want to consider this, because nowadays you will need to collaborate like that. Especially if you're a studio musician, you will be able to record your stuff remotely to others. So you need to at least know these exist. And there you go. If you manage to get at least 1 through 4, you're set to collaborate with anyone you want from wherever you want. So let's keep those tracks recording and the music flowing. So there we go, Philip.
Hi, this is Philip from VisionQuest Sound. Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, please support our podcast by donating any amount that's in your heart. It'll help us sustain future episodes, as well as support the artists and creators that are on this show. Also, if you enjoyed this music, please show some love to Jose Estrada, also known as Chipi. I'm Philip from VisionQuest Sound, signing off.